the JAIC and ask Non, give us an example of a use case that the JAIC has been able to implement that, has been of the betterment of DoD or the community at large.
Sure. Actually, let me give you a couple more than one because we've been very busy. So the first one I'll talk about is, so we've got basically 6 verticals, 30 plus products across 6 verticals that we're building. So we've got use cases across the whole gamut there. The first one I'll highlight is business process transformation as a vertical, which actually our very own Rachel Martin actually ran before she went over to the NGA. So one of our absolute successes, product called Game Changer, which is really focused on think of policy and text documents and being able to build intelligence and reasoning on top of it. Got 2,000 plus users on the system, and it's actually multiplying like rabbits out there in terms of new clones of Game Changer being applied to different use cases. So just a phenomenal use case there. Joint information warfighting, basically, we used to call that cybersecurity. We've got a product called Mad Hat that's been deployed really around network intrusion detection and working. We've got joint logistics. We've got a project Salus that we actually built in the early days with Northcom and the Guard around predictive capabilities in terms of resource shortages and other pieces there. We've got an augmented reality microscope that we built in working with the Defense Health Agency around detection for 8 types of cell problems and diseases based off of the 55 million tissue samples that the Defense Health Agency actually has, one of the largest troves of data out there. And we're basically mining that information and data to enable that. Joint force protection, we have a project called Gargoyle that's focused on full motion video object detection at low altitude. I can keep on going, actually. The core point that I'd make here, though, is that the products that the JAIC builds are really intended to be Pathfinder projects that develop core IP and force us to build things like data pipelines and infrastructure and things that we can then proliferate across the DoD. So our core goal is once we've figured something out, like Game Changer is a great example, is to basically build that IP and give it away so it can get scaled out there. Because the core point, as you've seen across this whole discussion, pretty much all of the base layers of problem sets are pretty much the same, right? The vendors that are on the call, are really providing us with all the great technology that we can leverage and build, but we have to go through the data processing and the other basic work to enable all these other pieces. So the products that we're building at the JAIC are really intended as enabling us to build core IP. And over time, the JAIC is really now turning its work towards, instead of doing product development, really enabling all the agencies to go do this themselves, right? Teaching them how to fish. And different ones are at different layers of maturity. Rachel's now gone off and she's got the NGA under great control. But then there are other agencies that we need either JAIC alumni to go over or, to help them basically enable this stuff there.